Good morning, Steven.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm always surprised. It's Monday morning. How come I'm always surprised when the music stops and I hear your voice? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But you know one thing you should not be surprised about this morning is that we're going to have a fantastic guest on Car Chat. Somebody is bringing something to the industry, representing a very, very special group of people. I will let you introduce our very special guest today.
I'm very happy to be able to introduce to you this morning. We have Jamie Cullen-DeVries, and she is the chair of the Women's Leadership Committee for the chapter, the New Jersey chapter of CAI. Jamie, thank you so much for being on our show. We're so happy to have you. Can you tell us and our viewers a little bit about yourself and what you do for the Women's Leadership Committee? This is very important stuff.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I started my journey in property management about 15 years ago and quickly became involved with CAI. I've served on several committees and found myself 3 or 4 years ago getting involved with the Women's Leadership Committee. I take it obviously very personally as a woman in management and in the industry, elevating other women and making sure to support other women. So the committee seems like a great fit for me. I was really pleased to be vice chair last year, and now I'm the chairperson this year. And our big event, Conquer Connect, is coming up. And it's a great opportunity for us to share the work we're doing with all of the property managers and the business partners like yourself.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing that with us and also for telling us a little bit more about the committee itself. What is the endeavor? What is the goal? And what makes this very unique in the community association industry?
So unlike other committees, we're really focused on women and the development of women in leadership roles. We provide education and support. Last year, we were able, actually, as a committee, we collected suits and professional clothing at the Conquer Connect event, and we brought them to an organization that would give them to women going out on interviews and things of that nature so that they feel like they're prepared for that interview and to get back into the workforce if they haven't been. So we're really focusing on mentoring other women in the industry and supporting them and bringing them to the forefront. There's a lot of roles that can be filled by the women in our industry. They just have to have the confidence to apply for those roles and get in. So the educational is really key to us. The networking at the retreat is a great way to bring in people that don't know what our committee does and make sure that they get the information they're looking for. This year, we're focusing on mental health. We all have busy lives, careers, families, most likely at home, other responsibilities. We're focusing on professional growth. How can you grow in your industry or your career? How can we help you get there? Women supporting women. Boundaries, drawing clear boundaries. As women, we often want to do everything and care and nurture for everyone. So we have to learn to set those boundaries in work and at home. And then relationship building, which is something that the Conquer Connect event allows us to do, bringing in so many managers, so many business partners, these speakers coming in and allowing us to work together and say, how can I support you? How can I help you grow? So the Women's Leadership Committee is really focused on that, giving women the confidence that they need and supporting their growth.
That's awesome.
Very nice, very nice. So this committee, is it specific only to the New Jersey chapter, or are there other women's leadership committees in other chapters around the country with CAI?
There are others. CAI New Jersey started this committee in 2020. It was put together and spearheaded by Nancy Hastings and Cheryl Ryan. They helped to develop the committee for the New Jersey chapter. The New Jersey chapter has already won several awards, Committee of the Year worldwide, and last year, Laurel Klein, who was the chairperson, won Chairperson of the Year. So in a very short amount of time, this committee has really shown its strength and how confident we are that we can get involved and get engaged and bring people aboard.
So tell us, Jimmy, what is the backstory of the committee and how did it all come about?
So in 2020, the CINJ chapter decided that they needed to get this committee started. So Cheryl and Nancy worked with the ladies that are in the office at CINJ and got the committee started. So they started off just as a committee working together, working on how they can bring this information out to the members of CAI. And then Conquer Connect came about. And that's really when I think the committee got the notice that they, here we are, we're this really powerful group and we're going to come out and share all this information with you. And now everyone knows about the Women's Leadership Committee. So I think that they did a really great job right out of the gate promoting the committee with such a great event.
Outstanding. So speaking of events, you have something coming up, right?
It's actually a wonderful event. So we have head speakers and then we have breakout sessions. We'll all meet together in the ballroom and we have a nice meal together and we listen to some presentations from some very powerful women in many industries, many walks of life. And this year, as I said, we're focusing on mental health, professional growth, boundaries, and relationships. And, as a woman in the community association industry, it's really tough. You have to draw the line. Okay, well, we have night meetings, we have business partner relationships, we're managing associations, we're taking care of work, but then we're going home. And what boundaries are we setting? What hours are we keeping? Who are we responsible to? So these sessions really help to remind you of what your priorities are and maybe help you with some time management. So you'll come in, you'll hear the main speaker, and then you go into breakout sessions and you get to choose the breakout session. And then after that breakout session, we all gather together again in the ballroom and we have a closeout speaker. And then there's also a room that will have business partners that are supporting us. And you can stop in and talk to the business partners about what they're doing to help promote women in leadership and professional growth. So lots of opportunities. And if there's something specific you're looking for, you'll find it there within the different professionals that we're bringing.
Absolutely. And I have to say, I've attended that event since it started. And I really think last year, it was a year I really got a lot out of it for me personally. And understanding also other people's perspective, females' perspective on issues that, obviously male and females, there's many issues that we share, but we share from a different point of view. And even though, I have my view on things, it really definitely took me several months to really digest some of that information and really help me on my personal life. So honestly, Steve, if you haven't registered yet, do it. If you're viewing this program and you haven't registered yet, please do it. It is very important and it's hugely educational. Now, that's my little pump for Conquer and Connect. Now, you mentioned some of the topics that we were going to explore this year. Which one are you, Jamie, particularly looking forward to attend?
Boundaries. I am I can do it all person. I try to make everyone happy and be everywhere at the same time. So I'm learning that you can't grow and you can't be a good leader without setting those boundaries. Delegate what you need to, tackle what you can. One of our speakers is a young woman who started her own law firm and found out she had cancer. So she had to navigate her law firm, being a mom, being a cancer survivor, and she had to define some boundaries. So I think for me, that's what I'm most looking forward to. And hopefully she'll give me some helpful hints that I can apply to my own life in setting boundaries so I can be more successful.
Wow.
No kidding.
I'll be joining that one.
So what kind of audience are you guys targeting? Like, who should go to this event?
Anyone who is interested in learning about women in leadership, wants to know how they can better help to empower the women either in their company or in their life. Even my husband, we talk about things that the committee talks about when I come home, and in his own business and in his own life, it helps to bring those things to the forefront of his mind. So anyone that has women working in their industry, which is everybody in the room, business partners and management companies, should be there. They need to understand what challenges women may face that are different than them so that they can help to empower the women in their organizations as well.
Can you share a little bit from your perspective why supporting the type of efforts that the Women's Leadership Committee is putting, why is it so important for everybody in the chapter and everybody in the organization nationally?
Absolutely. So I was a property manager for 15 years. And as a property manager, you're working with every industry. You're working with plumbers and insurance companies and engineers and electricians and concrete, asphalt, you name it. So to take care of the homeowners, you need to engage with all of those different trades and all of those different businesses. So if everyone doesn't understand what it takes, especially as a woman in the industry, there's often times that, we're tackling a large asphalt project and I'm engaging with all engineers. There are less women present and bringing them to the forefront. And I know some of the engineering firms are starting to really bring that to the forefront and bring their women to these events and say, we're all capable, we're all engaged, and women can have an understanding of things that maybe 20 years ago, it wasn't thought was our place.
Jamie, you're clearly very, very passionate about this, and it is inspiring. So we like to give our guests an opportunity to share maybe somebody who's been influential in your career, somebody who's helped you along the way.
Absolutely. So I was raised by a single mother for the majority of my life. watched her work, watched her take care of everything, and also take care of me, and doing whatever she needed to do to make sure that we had a home. I felt safe. There was food on the table. And then following suit, I became a single mom. And I was working multiple jobs, and I thought, this isn't working for me. And at that time, I was going to work at RCP. And I had mentioned this actually 2 years ago at a Conquer Connect event. I worked for Lori Savaro and Chrissy Munson. And, Chrissy, being the COO at the time, was a mom, was working, was managing several managers and her own properties, but was making it work. And that is when I went from working 4 jobs to 1 job. And I was treated as a professional. And if something happened with my child that I needed to take care of, it was never, I'm afraid to go in and tell my boss I need to leave. It was, of course, family first. That's why we're coming to work. We're coming to work to take care of our families at home. We all would love to love what we do every day, which I'm fortunate to do, but it's a job. And so how do you navigate your work-life balance? And I found working there, it was a predominantly female organization that a lot of us were in the same position. So Chrissy really giving me the flexibility to be a mom and a professional sort of kickstarted it. And when I left RCP, I left for a bigger job, to be a general manager of a large community, which I had never done before. But I left with the confidence that I can do this, and I can be a mom, and I can be a friend and a daughter, and I can do it all. I have to give myself some grace when I'm not successful, but just sort of seeing like, okay, I'm sitting next to the COO. She's a single mom. She's getting it done every day, and I can do this. And here I am. So I'm very grateful to her. She does know that. And she really inspired me to move forward and trust myself.
Jamie, it was a delight to learn about your committee and what you do to push it forward. Please join us at the Conquer Connect event in New Jersey, April 16th. Look in the link in the comments below for the link to register. This is very important to all of us. So please do join and do attend. We look forward to see you there.